Who will you go to if you have a problem in your tooth? Will you go to a psychologist or will you go to a dentist? The obvious answer is that you will go to a dentist and get all the necessary procedures and surgeries done, whatever it is. But if you have a tooth problem, will you ever go to a person who is, let's say, half psychologist and half dentist? They have half of knowledge of each field. Would you ever let that kind of a doctor operate on you? Most probably you wouldn't, because it will be too risky and the doctor may not know exactly how to handle the situation. When we go to any kind of doctor, when we have any kind of problem, we go out and seek a specialist and not a generalist. We try to find someone who has full knowledge and expertise in their field, and it does not really matter if they know about some other field or not. But in life, we don't do the same thing. In life, we think that we need to know about everything and about every field, but that is not true. We just need to know about the field we are an expert in, and when we grow in that, we have a much higher chance to become successful. This is what is called staying within your circle of competence. What does this term circle of competence mean? Well, it was first defined and popularized by Warren Buffett, a famous investor. And in terms of investing, he said that you should invest in stocks, you should invest in companies you have a fair knowledge of. Don't invest in companies or stocks you don't know about. And it does not matter how big that circle is, but it does matter that the boundaries of that circle are very well defined. While it sounds practical and great in investing, it also applies the same way to our lives. Instead of seeking out generalism and going and trying to do everything related to our work, let's say that you want to become an engineer, but you're also studying about becoming a doctor, you're also studying video editing, you're also doing this, doing that, and all of those things won't lead you anywhere. If you try to do too many things and if you try to pursue too many passions at once, you will be in a position where you don't even know what you're doing and you'll become even more confused. But by finding your circle of competence, by defining exactly what your expertise, interest, and passion are, and how they merge together to form one area or one field of study that you can be an expert in, that is what helps you get ahead of all others, and that is what gives you that extra edge you need to succeed. Let's just understand it through this simple example. I am an author, and I'm not just any author. I am an author in the self-help genre. And in the self-help genre, I specifically write about many things related to it. So I have narrowed down my vision to that area, self-help and personal development. That is my main area of expertise, and that is my circle of competence. And in that circle, it also comes that I make videos like this. I write blog posts. I create content on social media. All of that is related to my circle of competence, that is self-help. From an average person, I know more about this. I have read more books in this field. I have done more study, and that is why I know more, and that positions me as an expert. In the same way, you need to find which area you are more competent in, which area are you more interested in, and which area do you have more knowledge than the common person. When you identify that field and when you are interested in that field, you can start growing much more, and within that circle of competence, when you work on that specific area only, you grow a lot and you are able to beat out all competition. It's as simple as that. So find your circle of competence, find out what you like to do, and then go on into it. So this simply means that you have to double down on your strengths and don't focus on your weaknesses. If you're not a good artist, if you're not competent enough, then don't focus on being an artist or being a painter. But if you're good at music, if you're good at playing the piano, focus on becoming a musician. It's that simple. So you don't need to focus on your weaknesses and worry about how weak you are or how less of knowledge you have in that thing that you're wanting to do. Instead, try to find out what you actually know a lot about, in which field you're actually above average, and in which field you can become competent and grow faster. By defining that, you niche down. You decide on specifically what you want to do, and that is how you grow. For every startup, this is the same case. You can't open up a startup that solves everybody's problem and does everything for everybody. It just isn't practical enough. Apple is a company that creates tech products, and that is what all of its business surrounds. Then Microsoft is a company that also creates tech products. That is what its business surrounds. Walmart is a company that retails, that is in the retail business, and that is what they do. In the same way, you need to identify if your startup idea solves one problem for one type of customer, and when you do that, you niche down and find your circle of competence. So, let me give you another example. Michael Phelps. We all know him as a great swimmer, right? But do we know him as a great athlete or a great runner? No, we know him as a great swimmer. Why? Because he has identified his field of competence, the field he is great at, and that is what he's worked upon the most. If you were to put him in a 100-meter race, he might not win because his body is also structured that way to be of a swimmer. So he identified naturally what he was skilled at, what he wanted to do, and how he can become competent enough in that. And today, he is one of the greatest swimmers in Olympics history. Like that, you need to find exactly one area that you are an expert in. Now, one doubt that may come up in your mind is, how is that possible? Like, if you have one circle of competence, then how can you do multiple things? And an example of that is Elon Musk. He has opened various businesses. He started with PayPal, then now he built Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and so many other businesses he's building. Tesla works in the electric vehicle sector, but SpaceX works in the space sector. They are two completely different and they don't relate. So how does Elon Musk define a circle of competence for himself because he is working in different industries? Well, that's also simple to understand. Even though Elon Musk may be building startups in different industries, he only uses his main skills, that is ideation, that is creating products and finding the solutions, and he applies that to it. He doesn't go into the manufacturing part, or he doesn't go and manufacture the Teslas or manufacture the machines or go into the other technicalities that other expert people can handle for him. He doesn't go into the accounting part and all. Why? Because he has better people who are more skilled than him in that area is working with him. And that is what he does. He focuses on the areas he is the expert in, and then he hires other experts for the areas he is weak in. That way, you can also do multiple things, but then you need to focus on your area of expertise only and hire others for doing the things you are weak at. Don't focus on improving your weaknesses if they don't matter a lot. But if they do, then you obviously have to improve. But if they don't matter a lot, hire other people to do that, get the help of other people, and you will be able to grow and succeed even more. I recently read the book Thoughts Are Things by Bob Proctor, which is an amazing book that you should read. I'll link it down in the description below. So what you have to do is that in that book, there was an idea that I found particularly interesting. It said, work your strengths and hire your weaknesses. And this is the exact thing we are doing here. That by focusing on our strengths and focusing on our circle of competence, the area we are the expert in, we actually find the thing we can do the best, our strengths, and then we hire other people or get the help of other people to focus on our weaknesses, and that creates an amazing combination. And because when you group together, when you get the help of other people as well, you're not only working alone, you're not working for 24 hours. If you have 10 people working together in a day, you have 240 hours because each person is giving their time. And that is powerful. So keep this idea in mind, and what you need to do is find your circle of competence. If you know exactly what it is, if you know exactly what you are an expert in, great, go do that only. Don't become a combination of a psychologist plus dentist. Instead, just focus on one field, either psychology or dentistry. In the same way as I told you. So if you don't know what it is that matters the most to you and what your area of competence is, then try finding that. Discover your passions. Try doing new things, and out of that, what you'll find is the area you're most interested in and the area that you actually know more about and are more competent in. It's that simple. So have this kind of mindset. Niche down to one specific set of expertise and you will grow a lot. you will not even be able to, you will grow to such a level that you may not even have imagined before. So do this, find a specific area that you'll work in the best, and go do that only. Now that you have the full idea of how the circle of competence works, I want you to go out and find your circle and then comment below and tell me what your circle of competence is and what your expertise is. Also, do buy the book Thoughts Are Things. It is an amazing one and you'll love it. I recently read it and I was just in love with it and the concepts and the way it has been told. So do that as well. Try finding some time to read it and it will surely help you a lot in your life as well. And the other thing is that do subscribe to this channel, because I am committed to give you value each and every day. And by becoming a part of this mission, by becoming a part of this cycle that we are running of being inspired every day, you will get to new heights that you may not have imagined before. Because when you have people who support you, when you have people who inspire you along with you, the journey becomes much more easier. And I am here to be with you. I am here to inspire you. So do that, hit that subscribe button, because it helps me grow and it helps you grow as well, and like this video as well and share it with as many people as possible, because that way more and more people will get to know about these concepts and improve their life as well. Thank you very much for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.